Hey, are you guys ready to record?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Papa.
Oh. Hey, are you guys ready to record?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Papa.
Oh.
I didn't
Hi.
realize I said yes, Papa until we listened to it.
I always forget too. Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Katie Pratt. I am your host, and I normally go second unless I'm going first. Unless, yeah, and that's today.
That's how I normally go. I normally go first unless I'm going somewhere other than first. And my name is Colton Pratt. I forgot to say that.
Hello, all. My name is Caden.
Hi, Caden. How are you?
I'm pretty good today. Oh, I have a story
Tell me
before we start.
the story.
So I was driving on the highway.
Oh no.
I normally don't. I don't go very fast, right? I don't drive very fast. I normally go like 5 over on the highway.
Okay.
I'm going 4 over in the left lane, right? 4 over. Speed limit 70. I'm going 74.
In the
Okay.
left lane?
And all of a sudden,
You should-
yeah.
Okay.
Well, because everyone slowed down. I was like, why is everyone slowing down? I get over to the left lane. There's a cop sitting there. I'm like, I'm good. I'm only going 4 over. He pulls out it behind me.
Oh no.
I was like, no, he's not going to pull me over. He is not going to pull me over. He didn't.
Oh,
Okay. Good.
But I was like, no way he's going to pull me over for going 4 over. But it looked like I was going crazy because everyone else was going like 65
Yeah.
because they all slammed on their brakes.
That's
But
funny.
we survived. And he like, because I got in the center lane and he sped past me. Actually, he sat behind me for a second. Like, not behind me. He was in the left lane. I was in the center lane, but he was behind me.
Mhm.
And then he went past me and then got in some different spot. So, yeah. But he freaked the crap out of me.
Have you
I would be freaked out.
Caden, have you seen the TikTok? And it's a guy and he's like walking through some grass and all of a sudden he comes up on a cop sitting in like a fold-up chair next to like a highway, and the guy just goes, "Be careful if you're driving on this road." And the cop about pees himself, like he jumps so big because apparently this dude just snuck up on the cop watching traffic in a fold-up chair.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a very good TikTok. It's solid. Katie,
Yeah.
you are supplying us with the day today. We all three already know what it is.
Before I have a quick question, a quick story to tell.
I have a quick story to hear.
Okay. I was at work. I work at Starbucks.
Starbucks.
And I was at work,
Starbucks.
and it was like
Katie's a barista.
I'm a barista.
She's a barista.
It was like 7:45 in the morning.
Nice.
There was nobody in the store, and the line was kind of going slow.
Yep.
And this old man walks in, and he's like, "Is there a manager here?" And my shift supervisor, who's not like the manager of the store, but she was the person in charge, walked over and she's like, "That would be me." She's like 8 months pregnant, so she just like waddled over to him.
Okay. Is that pertinent to the story, or do you just
No,
want
I
us?
just
you want us to have a
setting
good
the
mental
scene.
picture?
I'm just setting the scene.
Got
and
it.
And he's like, "Well, you're probably gonna want to have a seat for this." And so she's like, "Oh no!" And so she went and sat down with him, and then they talked. I heard them talking, and then he like gave her a card, and he sounded really upset. And I didn't hear what they were saying until she waddled back over from their little conversation. Turns out he believes that he was chemically poisoned by our dark roast coffee yesterday, because at 7:30 in the morning he came through yesterday and ordered a dark roast coffee and
Chemically
a sandwich.
poisoned?
It's what he says. Well, and then he handed her a card that's like, "I am a food health and safety consultant, and here's my card with my number on it." And he gave her his card, and he's like, "I'm gonna have to report the store." But
Chemically
he was-
poisoned.
he's the only person
Yeah,
who
why
had
would he
this.
say that?
What does chemically
here's-
poisoned
here's
even
what-
mean?
Here's what he said. He said
Yeah,
there must have
massive
been
diarrhea.
chemicals. Yes, he said there must have been chemicals in the dark roast coffee that he drank, because when he was pooping, which he pooped 40 times yesterday, he told us that he was on the toilet 40 times. He could
He
smell the
could've been
chemicals.
peeing.
He could
He
smell the
could've been peeing.
chemicals in his poop.
Oh yeah, you know when you smell your poop, you're like, chlorine.
Yeah.
Like what?
I love after I poop, I just lean down, get a big waft of my poop.
Yeah.
No, I just pick it up out of the toilet and smell it.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
fresh.
That's disgusting.
Question: is there such thing as like something other than chemically poisoned? Like
Yeah,
what?
like he's like, that's the only thing I ate today was that poop. coffee in that sandwich.
Okay,
Maybe
you,
that's why-
And so
Time
he's
time out.
convinced.
You only ate coffee, dark
I
roast
know,
coffee, and
right?
said, "Oh, I pooped a lot. It must be poison." I think it's just because you only ate coffee, old man with bad digestion.
I know, like, this is the beginning of your IBS story. Get ready to embrace it. Like, this is not chemically poisoned. Like, the chemicals aren't even kept near that stuff. There's no way a chemical could have gotten into it unless
That is a great story.
unless the coffee urn thing like wasn't rinsed out well enough. But nobody else complained about it. And it's not like it wasn't old coffee because we change our coffee every 15 minutes.
That's often. Yeah, this man did not get chemically poisoned. I've decided.
I don't think he got chemically poisoned. I think he has a stomach bug and
drank
he
just
said-
dark roast for a day.
And he said, I never get sick, and that's how I know that this is not me just getting sick.
Kaden, who are the dogs with antlers behind you in your world?
Oh,
Those
So
are
on the
very
right,
cute. I
that's
was just
Bella.
looking at those.
that's Tito. And then in the middle it says, "Be the person your dogs think you are."
Okay, 2 questions. Why? One, why have on your wall they have pictures of 2 dogs? Their dogs are growing antlers. Why do they have antlers? Caden's shrugging at the camera. He doesn't know.
Ask my mother.
Okay, why is
she-
Tito not orange?
They were black and white.
Oh well,
I
okay.
have no idea
I guess
why.
it makes sense.
Also, she got us pillows.
It makes sense to be
For the dog.
black
I
and
love
white.
the
I'll show
fact
you.
that your
I'll be back.
parents are obsessed with their dogs.
Uh,
I
Black-
mean, that makes sense, but
them,
like,
the pictures being black and white makes sense, but Bella's already black and white exclusively. So when Tito, it just looks like a different black dog and not Tito, which is their dog who is normally
right.
quite orange. Let me see those pillows. Oh, it's cut out
This
around.
is
That's
Tito.
adorable.
He is, I assume he is standing on the car.
He's
or on the
windswept.
boat, because you can tell he has
Yeah.
wind
Yeah, he's windswept.
coming through. It's on both sides. It's the exact same thing.
It's also cut out
And this-
around the dog. It's not like a square pillow. It's like the
Bella
dog
doesn't
shaped
have
pillow.
any. Bella only has 2 legs.
Oh, what happened to the other legs?
I have no idea.
That's funny.
I could not tell you. I did not order these. I don't understand why they're there, but
Man,
that
so
was my
far,
mom.
so far, this episode has been a roller coaster. Speaking of roller coasters,
today is Cedar Point Day. It's not actually, it's just the day that we are all going to Cedar Point together.
yes, 445 gang will be at Cedar Point. If
Will
you're
be
there,
at Cedar
you
Point.
should come say hi or get in a fight with me. But today we're gonna be there and we're gonna be celebrating Cedar Point because we're in a group chat about talking about Cedar Point, and we managed to talk Kate and I for like half an hour about our favorite rides just in texting. So we are going to just talk about it for 15 minutes in real world.
Actually, like 10 now. We've burned about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've burned exactly 7 minutes. So we have about 8 minutes
a
of we have about 8 minutes of Cedar Point talk to go. Katie, what's your favorite ride?
The Millennium Force.
Millennium Force for me
one.
too. Yeah,
Good
it's a good one. I think that one's Caden's
it's not
second
my
favorite.
favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite is Top Thrill Dragster. You know why?
Why?
Because
It's the tallest and fastest.
It's the tallest, the fastest, but also
Longest lines.
it's very thrilly.
Oh, and it's the top.
It is the very.
Honestly, it's probably the top
Because-
thriller.
Because if you stand in line for 2 hours, about 5 times the ride will break down. At least 5 times.
Oh yeah, and sometimes
Sometimes it doesn't even make it over the hump.
yeah, it doesn't make it.
Oh, that'd be so fun. I hope it doesn't
Yeah,
make it.
I want to. Every time I ride it, I want to go backwards, back down. It seems like so much fun.
Experience it so bad.
And it's so funny because when you don't make it over, they're just like, okay, and shoot you again. There's like, well, you tried, go again, And I like that. There's a video online though where one time it did get stuck at the top where it like perfectly was balanced, and everybody in it had to start rocking their heads in time to
I don't
move it
think
forward.
that's how they got out.
Well,
but-
somebody got it out, but there's a video of them doing that
There
to
was
rock it. They're like,
air swimming.
and there's a.
air swimming.
It was when Vine was big, and the
no,
Vine
that was not the Top Thrill Dragster. That
What
was
was it?
some. That was some
other roller coaster.
other roller coaster.
Well, there's a roller coaster where they're all rocking their heads to get it to move over a hump, and they put music to it, and so it looks like they're all dancing together. It's very good Vine.
smart.
It's a solid Vine. But yes, you can get stuck on Top Thrill Dragster. If that happens, I'm assuming you just wait and hope that you don't
and
pass out.
and when you take off, you can't even breathe. You're like, because you're going so fast, and then you finally hit the hill, and you're like, "Aight, we good." And then you go back down, you're like,
Yeah, my
great ride.
is a great ride. One time we went on it with Katie's friend. Her name was Sarah. Sarah did so good the entire day. We got all the way up to
She'd
the front.
like never ridden a roller coaster before.
Yeah, and we had gone through a bunch of rides that day. We got up to the front of the line, and she was doing fine. And all of a sudden, she just started like kind of crying.
She had like a panic attack
Yeah.
as we got strapped into the Top Thrill Dragster and like started pulling out of the thing. She started hyperventilating, and we were like, "Calm down,
Oh, no.
calm down, calm down." And
And-
she survived.
Yeah, of course. And it was super funny though, because there's lots of speed, and then you barely make it over the top every time. So like you get a pause at the top. At the top, it was dead silent from our entire ride, except for Sarah. Like there was a moment of dead silence, and then there was just a curdling shriek from Sarah right behind me.
Colton, what kind of curdling?
Blood curdling.
That's the curdling.
Milk
curdling.
Milk curdling scream.
Gross.
Also, one time we were waiting for the top thrill, and I made a friend with one of the operators. I forget how. No, I asked.
Oh, we had been to Cedar Point multiple times that summer, and we had seen this particular operator multiple times because the operator looked like a 12-year-old boy, and then we expected the operator to sound like a boy, like a little tiny man. When the operator spoke, but turns out the operator was a little girl, and so when she spoke,
18.
she had a little girl voice. And then Colton every time was like, whoa, that's unexpected. And then we saw her the next time and Colton said hi. And then
I asked her, I remember, I asked her, she was on top throw. I said, do people pee in this very often? And then she told a bunch of stories about having to clean pee out of the carts. And so we talked about pee with this lady for a while. So
people do pee in the Top Thrill Dragster. Fun fact.
Yeah, but it gets cleaned.
I want to pee off the Top Thrill Dragster, off the top.
Oh,
gross.
That'd be so fun.
So the Gatekeeper is a ride where you sit on the side of the track, like the middle section's the only thing on. The very last swoop, I was on the side that got really close to the ground, so it got real close, and I had developed a lot of phlegm through the 2-minute ride. It's actually 2 minutes and 48 seconds. I looked it up today. So I developed a lot of phlegm during the ride. So I spit it sideways right as it got like towards the ground, right as it was like super low to the ground. I spit sideways, and we came to us. It was like right at the end of the ride, and we like came to a stop. And right as we came to a stop, my friend named Stenna, who was sitting in the row behind us, yelled, "Guys!" We're like, "Yeah." She said, "Something wet just hit my eye." And so I had spit in my friend Stenna's eye directly, like, and so my reaction was to turn to the person I was sitting next to, whose name was Mason, and said, "I just spit." And then Mason just cackled the entire way in. Like there's like 30 seconds of just like slowly grinding in, and he was going like that, laughing like that, to the point that people in front of us thought the machine was making a funny noise. It was just Mason laughing. It was fun.
One time I was on the Gatekeeper, and very similar story. A bug flew in my mouth, so I spit, and one of my mom's friends was behind us, like directly behind me, and I was on the right. She was on the right one behind me, and I just went and spit, and it hit her right in the face.
That's
gross.
Terrible. Okay, so news: if you're going to ride the Gatekeeper, ride the front seat or be ready to be spit on, apparently. Because so far, 2/3 of us have had spit stories. So very high percent. Hey, guys.
Yes.
Sometimes when you ride roller coasters too much, it'll give you back pain. And if that happens, you should go to today's sponsor, because today's sponsor is Relief Factor. Pain from everyday living, exercise, or just getting older is one of the leading causes of trips to the doctor and sleepless nights, or pain from roller coasters. It interferes with daily activities and can even keep us from spending time with the people we love at Cedar Point. If you have everyday pain, it stands to reason you should need something you can feel comfortable with taking every day. That's why doctors invented 100% drug-free Relief Factor. Kaden, go ahead.
Now, tens of thousands of customers are using Relief Factor every day to become mostly or completely pain-free. 100% drug-free Relief Factor features 4 key ingredients that each work on a different metabolic pathway to support your body's natural healing processes to respond to pain and inflammation.
Did the sentence 100% drug-free Relief Factor trip you up, Caden? Because I feel like
it did.
I felt like there was a long.
Did I read that right?
Yeah, I felt like there was a long pause after that. Now you can try Relief Factor 2, the 3-week quick start. The 3-week quick start retail price of almost $70 is now available to our listeners for just $19.95. Head to the link in our show notes to find out more. Start your journey to better health and less pain today with Relief Factor. There are probably terms and conditions that apply, but they don't tell us to say that. So as far as I know, no terms or conditions. Thank you guys all so much for listening today. Katie, they want to listen to they want to get more multimedia experience with us.
Okay.
How would they do that?
Well, you would find our social medias on Instagram and TikTok at FOR. Follow the sound of my voice when I say letter type, when I say number, there we go. FOR445 PODCAST. And then on Twitter when I say letter type, there we go. FOR445 PODC. Well, actually, delete all of that. And on Twitter, it's actually this is the actual Twitter one. FOR445 _ PODCAST.
Good job, Katie. That deserves a round of applause.
Why did you do that?
I just wanted to give you a round of applause.
Thank you, Katie.
Deserve it.
Clap.
Caden's was more authentic.
Okay, here we go. Authentic clap, round of applause. Ready, Caden? Go. There you go. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to 445. Caden, what'd you learn?
We didn't really talk about things to learn today.
I learned on the gatekeeper.
Learn don't spit on the gatekeeper. You cut out a little bit, but I think that's what you said.
Yeah, I learned don't spit on the gate. Don't spit on the gatekeeper. Don't spit off the gatekeeper. You can spit on the gatekeeper.
I mean, you shouldn't.
Don't spit off of it.
It's a big eagle thing.
Oh,
Katie,
I have another story. No, that wasn't about the gatekeeper.
Katie, what'd you learn?
Ixnay that. Puppy.
Katie, what'd you learn? What'd you learn?
I learned that don't spit off the gatekeeper.
Oh, okay. That was what I was going to say before,
Katie's
too.
learning has been very boring.
Yeah, Katie's gotten bad at learning things. I learned that...
Summer vacation.
What,
Don't spit
Katie?
off the gatekeeper.
Summer vacation.
I learned don't spit off the gatekeeper. Thank you guys all so much for listening to 445. I'm Colton Pratt.
I am Katie Pratt, your best friend.
I am Caden Vandergrift, your second best friend.
And Mortal
Just
Enemies.
kidding, I'm your mortal enemies.
There he is. No rush. Go slush.
Check your wiener hot dog.
I love you.
Oh, no.